Hey, what is up everyone? Danny and Alex. In the previous video, we looked at extension of the arm bar. This time, the opponent's elbows are going to be bent. His arms are like this. We're going to look at shoulder locking. So check it out. So in the first position, it's going to be the shoulder lock from the mount position. This one, we like to refer to it as the Americana Lock, all right? So what I want to do now, because in the first video, we looked at when the opponent tries to push you, this arm is extended or this arm is extended. This time, he's keeping his arms like nice and bent, protecting his face. So this gives you the opportunity to attack what we call the Americana. So basically, we're going to bring his arm to the mat. Notice how I like to unfold my arms as such. This gives me the best leverage point without having to use strength. Okay, so I just extend the arms and I let my body weight drop onto his arm as such. That way there it's easier for me to control it against a stronger person. And now I'll drop my elbow next to his ear. And from here, I'll swipe my hand underneath his tricep and wrap the figure 4. Now all that's left to be done is slide his hand onto the mat. And this creates a lot of tension against the shoulder joint, all right? So the Americana is a very fundamental move in Jiu-Jitsu, but also a very efficient one that you can still catch on a higher level opponent, okay? So what's really important, once we pin the arm down, all right, once I have everything controlled, is to drop my elbow and ensure that I secure his elbow here. All right, a lot of times what people do is they'll just let go everything and then they try to re-grip their techniques. All right, so once we're here, I want this hand controlling the elbow nice and tight and it slides underneath his elbow and then I catch my own wrist. All right, so from here, I'll raise his elbow off the mat and slowly, for practice, slide his hand towards my hips. The next technique is from the side control. From here, we're going to attack the reverse Americana. All right, we call this the Kimura. So it's when you lock the shoulders, the hand is up or it's going to be down, all right? So it's towards his ears or towards his legs, all right? So in this manner, he's going to have his hand towards his legs, all right? So now I'm going to attack what we call the shoulder lock, aka the Kimura. So once I'm here now, I'll bring my hand over and look, this hand is already finding its way through underneath his shoulder. Now I'll shift my hips and catch his own wrist. Now as I bring the hands together as such, notice it's like a reverse Americana from the side. What needs to happen from here, let's turn this way, Alex. What needs to happen now is the shifting of my knees. Watch, I'm gonna rock my weight, bring this knee up, and look, this leg will go over the forehead and I'll align my knee just like on the same path of his spine, for example, just over his head. And now I just lift up and get the Americana. That's the shoulder lock. Sorry, the Kimura, I should say. All right, so what's important is to control the opponent with this leg. If I didn't have this leg in the way and I kept my leg here, Alex is going to sit up with the pressure and escape the lock, and you end up on bottom, right? So very important to move your feet when you attack this lock. Let's look at it one more time. From here, you have the side control position. I'll bring this arm over the head, control him here. Now this hand can find its way through to set everything up. Now shift my hips first, facing his wrist, bring the arms on the mat. So now my elbows and his elbow is touching the ground. Shift your hips back, bring this leg across and over and raise the shoulder for the shoulder lock. This next position is one across the head, all right? So this is called the north-south position. So you're here. Now I'm gonna have my arms in front of his shoulders as such, all right? So a lot of times when we're here, I can control the belt, right? So just control the belt here. And now I'm gonna choose a side. So sometimes we'll go one on this side or we'll go one on this side. The side I'm gonna choose to turn him is the side I'm gonna attack the wrist. So for example, if I start to turn him towards this side now, I'm gonna bring my palm to the ground, shift my knees and catch his wrist. Now if we turn towards the camera here, what happens is you have the same lock that we did from the side control, all right? The Kimura Lock. All right, this is the figure 4 position from here. Now what I need to do is bring his arm away from his own body and around his back. When I do so, this attacks the shoulder joint. Now, when you do this, you can remain on both knees, or you can do a variation where you post your back leg up and I'll bring the Kimura in, or better yet, sometimes what we'll do is we'll just hold on to this, pin this arm so it doesn't block it, and now from here, go back to our setup and attack the shoulder lock once again. Let's look at it from a different angle. So here we are in the north-south position. Now I'm holding the waist, grabbing his belt. I'll choose a side. So in this case, I'll face the camera. We'll turn him here. 1. Now sometimes you can post your hand here and help yourself up. So that way there, your body pins the arm. All right, because you don't want him escaping his elbow. Once you're here now, look, you have access to his wrist and your own wrist. Keep everything nice and tight. Everything is connected to your body. And now from here, like I said, sometimes you'll just go straight into the Kimura. Other times you might pin this for a second, isolate this arm, and look, go back to the Kimura so that way there's no chance of him defending. And other times, he might even grab a hold of his jacket or his belt, and he wants to defend this. So whatever he grabs, what you're going to do is pull away from that grip, break it, go around, and now we can attack the Kimura lock. All right, the last submission position is going to be the Kimura once again, but from the closed guard position. Okay, so what we want to do is bring the opponent's hands on the mat if they're not already there. A lot of times the opponents might do this. They're going to use this serving as base, you know, or to relax, and that's a common mistake. But a lot of times they're going to have their hands already posted onto you. So you just peel the hands off, bring them to the mat, and now you're going to seize the wrists. And what I'm going to do, I'll do this one first. Let's turn a little bit here. I'm going to bring my opposite arm up and around to catch this arm. So I'm going to bring it up and wrap this shoulder here. Now notice how my palms are connecting, just like the previous technique. Everything connects like a piece of Lego together. And now as I lie down, I'm going from my left side onto my back, and watch, roll myself out to my right shoulder, bring these legs together, and now slowly attack the shoulder lock from the bottom position, okay? Let's look at this detail once again. So bring the hands to the mat, seize the wrists. Now a lot of times, I like to bring my arm across and around. Why do I do this? Because if I don't do this, look, sometimes you'll sit up and you crash right into with your arm, right? Your bicep will hit his head. So it's a good habit when you're here, just when you uncross, to bring your arm across in front of his face. So you pass the center line position, helps you come up. And now from here, connect everything tight, shift your hips. You can lock your feet back up together into the guard and slowly attack the shoulder lock. All right, guys, so there you have it. Basic arm locks from several positions we have in Jiu-Jitsu. Guys, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Leave us a thumbs up. And as usual, if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this one. We will see you
in the next video.
Take care.